I have been stubborn since childhood, and my stubbornness dragged me into an experience that I never wanted to have. My parents didn't allow me to go to a university in another city, but it was my dream to study there, so I left my home and rented an apartment in that city. I thought that when I was there, I would make friends and find someone to live with. My thought proved to be true, and I found a boy named Juan, who is also a freshman and from a distant place. He was quiet and had no friends. When I talked to him, he told me he was living with two boys in another apartment, and they left the city, so he needed someone to live with. I was happy, and I thought we would be great together. As time passed, I started to feel there was something strange about him. He always kept his room locked and kept an air freshener in it. Whenever I came into his room, he quickly came towards me and asked me what I had to tell him. It felt like he didn't want me to come into his room, even when he was there. We commonly talked at dinner, but he never ate with me. He always told me he ate at the restaurant. He just sat and watched me eat. He showed me pictures of his roommates and told me he loved and missed them a lot. One day, he was doing something in the kitchen, and when I looked over there, he became disturbed and quickly shut one of the cabinets. I saw him put a lock on the cabinet. I have stuff there, and I don't like anyone touching my stuff, so I put a lock there, he said. I felt very disturbed. Who in the world puts a lock on cabinets? That was very strange. And when I tried to see what he had kept in the bowl he had, he quickly put a lid on it and carried it into his room. You would be surprised to know that when he was in the kitchen, he locked his room. I started to feel like he was hiding something. That night, I went to bed and kept thinking about his behavior. I didn't know who he was or if he was hiding drugs or something illegal like that. It could be a problem for me too. I thought about searching for his roommates on Facebook. One of the names he told me brought up a profile, and it had pictures of his roommate. His profile was inactive for a month. A post on his timeline shocked me. Someone had tagged him in a post saying, "We will miss you a lot." The next line shocked me even more. It read, "Rest in peace." I felt pity for him and thought, I have to look into the cabinet at least, but he put a really good lock on there. I decided to get the keys at any cost. I got a chance that same day. I hid in my bathroom so he thought I wasn't home. He placed his stuff from his jacket's pocket on the center table and went into his bathroom. That's when I came out and went into his room. It was very fragrant. I quickly grabbed his keys and he came out and left the house. I locked the front door and sprinted towards the kitchen. I put in the key and unlocked the cabinet. I couldn't stand on my feet when I looked inside. There was a bowl in the cabinet and it had a bloody knife in it. The bowl was filled with blood, several fingers, and small body parts. I fell to the ground and grabbed the trash can. I vomited out my stomach after seeing this. I quickly called the police and asked them to come over. They came and they broke the lock on his door. His wardrobe also had a lock and they broke it too. When the wardrobe was opened, I realized why he always kept his room fragrant. There was the tortured body of a boy. We all had put our hands on our noses, but the putrid smell was finding a way to our nostrils. When I looked at the dead face closely, I felt my mind going into a maze. It was his roommate I just saw on Facebook. Police investigated him in the university database, but astonishingly, they didn't find any data about a student named Juan there. I asked my friends about him, but they had no clue who he was. He never returned, and the police could never find him.